In this video, we're going to be exploring a different kind of theory. A theory where Technoblade doesn't actually escape the prison and is genuinely trapped in there with Dream for now. Because we've been talking about how the will may contain information on how to break Technoblade out, but we've never actually explored the fact that maybe Technoblade knew it was a trap but didn't fully prepare and ended up just actually being trapped in there, and maybe he has a way to get out of the prison from the inside. Now, before we get into all of this video is sponsored by FilmoraGo. Now, if you've ever wanted to make super high quality videos but don't have the ability to afford a PC or anything like that, well, FilmoraGo has you covered. You can install it directly onto your phone for absolutely free and drag and drop your videos onto the timeline. Once you've done that, there's tons of options inside the app, such as filters, effects, and more. One feature that I especially like is the stickers feature. This allows you to drag and drop little animations onto your video, such as like animations and more, to really enhance your YouTube video. I use animations such as these on my videos, and well, it's just so much easier to go onto FilmoraGo and drag and drop it onto my timeline and it's done. Go to the link in the description and it will take you over to the Google Play Store, then search up FilmoraGo and download it onto your Android device. Now, I'd never accept a sponsorship from a company that I don't believe in or I've never used their products, and FilmoraGo and Filmora I've used before, so don't feel like I'm taking a sponsorship for the sake of taking a sponsorship. With that being said, enjoy the rest of the video. Now, this video was actually recorded before Technoblade's live stream yesterday, so if you want a full video on that, let me know down in the comments. Now, as I said, I'm kind of exploring a different sort of theory because I feel like everybody at the moment is going through the route of he's going to be escaping through the Enderpearl stasis chamber, and it's no real surprise that everybody's talking about this because it seems like the most logical thing to do. The Enderpearl stasis chamber being like the one method of escaping this prison cell from the outside, and yeah, it seems like the most likely thing to even happen. But if we take a step back and think about how quickly everything came along and how Technoblade only had a couple of days to prepare for this visit, then maybe he kind of just rushed everything and didn't actually get time to prepare his escape plan. Now, near the start of that stream where we saw Technoblade give Filza his will, he did mention how this book contains a bunch of items and who to give the items to if Technoblade doesn't return in a certain amount of time. He also said that there was instructions in this will, and we are going to assume in this case that the instructions were how long Filza should take to give these items away. This meaning that the will is nothing more than just a will, a book that contains a list of items and the people they're going to after somebody has died or been lost in a way. And well, if we think about it like this, then Filza is obviously going to know that something's happened and something is up. If it's lasted that amount of time and Technoblade hasn't returned, then obviously Technoblade is either trapped in somewhere or he's been killed, which is going to make Filza the most curious person to know what has happened to Technoblade. Filza is the closest to Technoblade, so therefore he's going to try and find out everything. But on the inside of the prison, we have Technoblade and Dream in this cell. Two people in a one-person cell. Now, this whole cell is meant to be inescapable, and it's meant to be inescapable for one person. I highly doubt that Sam had prepared this cell to hold multiple people and for it to still be inescapable. This meaning that there could be something inside the cell where it could use two people to escape the place. We've seen before where you can destroy some of the items in that room, such as the chest, the lectern, and more, and kind of tower them on top of each other to reach a certain area. But if you tower them two objects together and you still can't reach something and you're just a single person in that cell, you're kind of screwed over. But if we think about it as Dream and Technoblade in the cell, then there is a way where somebody can jump and you can hit them and it gives them a bit of an extra boost. Now, I haven't analyzed the cell or anything, so I have no idea if this would actually work in any way, but maybe that is a thing that they could do to get to a certain area of the cell and help them escape. Also, we have to think of it as Technoblade has probably been thinking about how to escape the cell for a good while and how to get Dream out of the prison, because Technoblade has always known that Dream will probably use his favor to escape the prison. It's been the most obvious thing ever. We've known that Dream will probably use this favor for ages now, so it wouldn't be a surprise if character Technoblade has known this as well and kind of analyzed the cell room a bit as well, whether that be asking other people who visited the cell and anything like that. But if there is no way of escaping from inside the cell and there's there's no way that anybody on the outside knows that he's trapped in there, then what happens? Well, at the moment, it will stick as Technoblade and Dream in this one cell. I assume that Quackity will eventually visit them to talk about things. We also do know that Quackity wants to kill Technoblade, so maybe he'll visit to take out Technoblade. But we also do know that Quackity has Las Nevadas and is recently invited a ton of people to Las Nevadas, and he might exchange Technoblade's freedom for his service in Las Nevadas, therefore allowing Technoblade to escape the prison, and then from the outside he will have a book which contains all the information from Dream, and he can plan out an escape to get Dream out of there, and also from the inside of Las Nevadas he can take it out. He could be a spy in Las Nevadas if he gets invited, and his syndicate that not many people know about could then take out Las Nevadas from the inside out. But the main thing I want to talk about, and the main thing I want to get across in this video, is that this cell is made for one person, so there is probably a way or a method to get out of the cell from the inside with two people, but also it being the only inescapable cell in the prison, meaning that if Technoblade gets transferred to one of the other cells that we see on the walkthrough of the prison, then maybe he could escape one of them, because they are not as escapable as this one. I'm going to assume that if Technoblade doesn't manage to escape with the Enderpearl stasis chamber, he's going to be moved into a different cell, because having both of these people together in one area is the most dangerous thing you could possibly do. So I'm going to assume that Technoblade will get transferred into one of the smaller cells around the corner, and at that point both of these people are split, but also Technoblade is in a completely different area of the prison, allowing us to view a different angle of the prison and maybe see a different way of escaping. With that being said, please make sure you've dropped a like on the video and you are subscribed to the channel. Also, a massive thank you to FilmoraGo. That sponsorship is helping fund a few projects that I have going on, so a big thank you to them, and check out the video which is on screen.